friends and staff members. This is Debarati Chakraborty, a writer from Kolkata, and it is wonderful to be interacting with you all today. I thank my friend Shajil for having me here to be a part of this program to celebrate the National Reading Day 2021. So to talk about the importance of reading and literature in our daily lives, I remember this, I want to share this story with you, which goes back to the time when I was a little girl. And I used to read quite a lot of books back then. But there's this one story which has, stayed with me ever since. It was a Chinese fable, as far as I remember, and it was called The Story of Ma Liang. The protagonist was a little girl. She was a poor girl. She used to be a very sad girl, and she had lost her mother at a very early age. But then one fine day, she is blessed with a magic. She is able to, she has this paintbrush with which she paints. And one fine day, she finds that her brush has become magical because all that she paints with her brush becomes real. So the first thing that comes to her mind is, she always wanted to have this puppy all to herself, and she never got the approval of her parents. So she paints her puppy, and it becomes real. Then she wants to, go to the sea. So all she has to do is to paint this beautiful ship, and it would become real. So there are different other things that happens in her journey of life. So when I think today, what really fascinated me so much about the story that it has, really stayed with me for so many long years, I feel that, it had this element of magic. It had this element of imagination. It helped me create a world inside my head which was not bounded by the confines of reason. A world where everything was possible. A world that I could always escape into, create, and believe in whatever I wanted to. So this is what literature does to you. It helps boost your creative faculties. It helps boost your imagination. It helps you live as an extension of yourself, above and beyond whatever society has conditioned you to believe as normal and acceptable. So talking about the various benefits of reading, we all know that reading definitely does a lot of good to us. So if we just think about it analytically, the benefits of reading are multifarious. Reading increases your focus. Reading helps you with your memory. Reading helps you become a good communicator. We all know that, we are in love with all the good orators out there, and how we listen to them, how we stay glued to our television sets listening to them. So they make a lot of impactful speeches, and we love listening to those, right? So reading helps you with your knowledge. It makes you a more knowledgeable person, and we all know that we all love to be near knowledgeable people. Reading helps decrease stress levels. Reading promotes better sleep. Reading makes you more peaceful, because at the end of the day, if you wind up with a good book, you can forget all your miseries, all the anxieties that the day had to offer, because you just have an easy escape into a world that it is completely to yourself. It is all your own, and you can just stay shut in there and be yourself. So that is what reading and literature does to you. So talking about my journey, I belong to a middle-class Bengali family, and as we all know that, to a middle-class family, science is sacrosanct. Science means knowledge. And all that a parent wants for their child is he or she should be well educated, he or she should earn a good degree, a good professional degree, and he or she should be able to carve out a decent livelihood from it. And there is nothing wrong with this idea. But all the while, so I did the same. I did my master's in computer applications, and then I joined a multinational company, and I'm there for the last 15 years. But all the while, I've always been very passionate about literature and reading and writing. And I knew there somewhere within that, someday I would want to do something about it. So I don't know what the future has in store, but I surely am going to make that effort. I've already started making that effort in my own small way. So that is what I wanted to talk to you today about. Being an engineer doesn't stop you from being a literary person, or being an engineer doesn't stop you from being an artist. Because just like there is science in our everyday life, so there is art. And it is all upon us how we want to realize and appreciate that fact. See, for example, this microprocessor project, you might want to deliver as a part of your final semester. You would argue saying it is all about science. Microprocessor is all about science. Where is the art in it? But I would argue back saying that, no matter how much of science goes into the content or the presentation, finally, when you deliver it in front of your examiner, it is all about the art of delivery. And if you go wrong there, if you do not make an impactful delivery, it is going to be a total failure, no matter how much of preparation and how much of good content it has. So it is just a small example, but it is the same with life. Life is filled with art forms. It is just upon you to be more conscious, to realize the potential of art in your daily life. And literature is just a form, a very, very, very impactful form of it, because it has a lot to offer. So understanding this, understanding the importance of literature, understanding the importance of art, and practicing it and nurturing it in our daily life, no matter how scientific minded we are, makes us a better person, because it reminds us that we also have the power of creativity within us. And it is this power which creates a sense of fulfillment, which nothing else in the world can give us. It finally, the joy that comes out of that fulfillment, the happiness that comes out of the fulfillment is really worth living for. Because what is life if not a pursuit of true happiness? So I would like to read out a little bit from, something that I have written as I wind up today's session. So I'll just read it out for you. The mountain breeze has almost the balminess of spring. Perhaps some hill flower is in full bloom, filling the air with its hypnotic aroma. The Himalayas take you by surprise every now and then. There is a special charm in everything that inhabits its majestic lap. Chaitanya smiles reassuringly and holds my hand. He gently leads me to the opposite side of the temple, where there is a brief grassland followed by a steep slope leading to the foothills. The storm has stopped, and a bright moon looks upon us from the night sky. The Mandar Mountains at a distance look enchanting. The moon rays softly wash the edges, making them look brighter. From a distance, the silver-white moonlight reflects from tiny cracks and crevices of the majestic structure, giving it a mystic appearance. The giant oak and pine trees hang over the hills like an iron shawl. They are like sentinels who carefully guard century-old secrets, which often come alive in mythological textbooks. Some say that on moonlit nights as these, the silhouette of a yogi is often spotted over the mountain ranges. He lives at the top of the mountains and never speaks a word. The villagers call him Nirahari Baba, as he lives without food and water. This is a place which supposedly draws a shadow line between the very familiar human world and the magical realms inhabited by fairies, apsaras, vidyadhars, and yakshas. There are legends galore to substantiate curious things happening in this part of the world which are beyond human comprehension. So that was a little bit from a travelogue that I had written last year and which was published by Ethos Literary Journal. So it was wonderful speaking to you today, and thank you so much once again for having me here as a part of this discussion. And I really wish you good luck with reading. I wish you good luck with your engineering degrees. And I'm sure you're going to emerge successful men and women of the country tomorrow. Thank you so much.